Getty. England boss Eddie Jones faces a daunting task at the World Cup. England will have only 4 days between their first two group games, against Tonga and the United States, at Japan 2019 after the organisers chose to even out the fixture congestion the Minnows have traditionally faced at previous World Cups. The England coach's response will be to wargame the scenario by narrowing the training window between Six Nations matches, placing a self-imposed handicap on his side this season. "We will replicate it in the Six Nations and might play one game with a 4-day turnaround. We will get good at the psychological and physical part of it," said Jones. "I think it's fantastic. I love it. It's good for the teams. It makes you adaptable and makes you look at how you use your squad, who can play 2 games and who can't play 2 games. Some guys thrive on it. Guys like Owen Farrell and George Ford just think, how good is this playing rugby all the time? Other guys, who are the athletes, can struggle with it. We have to make sure that the guys who are good to go for 2 games in 4 days do that, and guys who aren't, don't. Some players will struggle to back up 2 games, but I want our best players playing all the time." Friday, September 1, 2017. Jamie Roberts. Harlequins £380,000. "We will replicate it in the Six Nations and might play one game with a 4-day turnaround." England boss Eddie Jones. England have more comfortable run-ins to the much stiffer group tests against Argentina and France, but although their depth is such that they should beat the 2 weakest sides in the group, whatever combinations he puts out, Jones will hopefully have learned from his mistakes as Japan coach at the 2015 World Cup. Faced with the same short turnaround after their earthquake win over South Africa, he shouldered the blame for the heavy defeat to Scotland which followed after failing to rotate his squad sufficiently. Wales have been dealt a favourable logistical hand for what could be their pivotal group game against Fiji. They will have 9 days to prepare for the game, while Fiji will only have 5. But Scotland are a good deal less fortunate in the build-up to what could be a definitive final group game against Japan. They have 4 days to the host 7. Japan open the tournament against a European qualifier which is most likely to be Romania at Tokyo Stadium on September 20, 2019. Their World Cup, tickets for which go on sale in January, promises to be something unlike rugby has known before. England's opener against Tonga in the northerly city of Sapporo will be played in an enclosed baseball stadium on a retractable pitch before they move on to Kobe, Tokyo and Yokohama, where the semi-finals and finals will be played. Japan is going to be fairly unique. There aren't too many fish and chip shops up there in Sapporo, so they have to be quite flexible in the way you set up as a team there, said Jones. "We will be asking if we can possibly stay in the same city and fly out from that city to the various grounds." Jonas' immediate priority is the autumn series, with selection complicated by what he described yesterday as the badly deconditioned state of his Lions players. With Anthony Watson among them and a spate of injuries to his other wings, Jones has left the door open to recall Marland Yard despite Chris Robshaw's strident criticism of his former Harlequins teammate for his lack of professionalism. "I love players being honest. We want the players to be honest about things, but what Robbo said about Marland won't have any effect on his selection for England," said Jones. "We've got charts of where players are at and Marland is obviously in contention.